I'm Max Sherman, and welcome to my studio. Come on in. Pretty much everything that I have is mostly like friend-made. That's one exception. There's a couple exceptions, and it's usually kind of like trophies. I've got the skateboards on the wall that I made because that was something really cool, and it was for 303 and now Creature and things like that. So that stuff I'll hang. You want to be on a Creature video? You want to wake up and be a homie? I started working when I was younger at an airbrush shop, and that shop pretty much what kind of kicked off the whole career as an artist and things like that, and my general interest in that whole world. Super cool job. It was really fun to like learn a trade in that sense and kind of be exposed to all sorts of new shit and art and music and everything. A whole new, like I never painted with an airbrush or anything before that, so my old work shirt, Old Orchard Beach airbrush, there it is. But painted myself a little Freddy Krueger action. I've always loved Freddy. He's got the best one-liners and shit. That was also almost the same time as my friends and I were all getting into skateboarding much more heavily, and both those things combined, it kind of leads to an unconventional lifestyle. When I was a little kid, I watched Tremors, Beetlejuice, and The Fly. I feel like those movies kind of initially kicked off where my brain went as far as what I like creatively and kind of what I wanted to see, and then later in life, more horror movies, being exposed to shit like that, and watching The Thing later on, and just seeing those like practical effects and that character and monster design was such a cool aspect of movies and art and things like that. And so I always kind of call back to that sort of shit when I'm making things, and just think about, you know, the originality of it and how fucking cool it was to see it the first time. We were doing this lowbrow convention out in Portland a couple years ago, and we all hand-painted skateboards, Santa Cruz boards, for that convention. And I did a horror movie poster style board, and Keith saw it, and he hit me up about a month later asking me if I wanted to do some boards, and was really interested in doing like a horror movie poster style board. So it was really cool to have that as kind of a jumping off point for this series, and being able to build out my own stories and whatnot. The way these started was pretty much just kind of days of like mental exploration as far as coming up with concepts and ideas and trying to create characters on my own terms and things like that. And for each one, I kind of wanted to come up with like their own individual story. It kind of helps me wrap my head around how I want to draw it, what I want to include in the drawing and things like that. It's still kind of mind-blowing to me, man. I'm like, you know, it's wild to see it and to be able to draw these things and see my art on these boards, and yeah, just fucking really stoked.